For more on the Republican strategery, let's bring in our own political analyst, Howard Fineman, the senior Washington correspondent for Newsweek magazine. Howard, good to see you.
Hi, David.
President Obama's response to Senator DeMint today that this isn't about him, it's about fixing a healthcare system that's broken. For Republicans like Jim DeMint, who has received nearly $3 million from the healthcare industry in just the last 5 years, what is this about if it's not about maintaining the status quo for the healthcare industry?
Well, I've got to say, David, I was over at the White House briefing, and then I spent the rest of the day talking to Republicans, and it was like I was shuttling between parallel but not overlapping universes. People like Jim DeMint and other Republicans in the Senate and House, I can't overstate their fear and dislike of Barack Obama and everything he stands for. In their view, Barack Obama is trying to engineer a government takeover of every aspect of private enterprise, whether it was in the stimulus package, cap and trade, and now health care. And Jim DeMint is proud of what he thinks he stands for, which is private sector dominance over health care. Politically, that's very unpopular, but he doesn't care.
Well, if President Obama's effort at health care reform were to fail, would Jim DeMint and the Republicans really win by essentially keeping the status quo, by knocking it down? I mean, would Americans be likely to look at Senator DeMint, even in his own state, as having achieved anything for them? I mean, how hollow would the victory be?
Well, I think it would be pretty hollow. You showed the poll numbers on the public's basic trust of Democrats over Republicans on health care. The fact is that most Americans want health care reform. They know the system is broken. They want it to be fixed. They want coverage extended to all. Most Americans, if you ask them just on this question, they say they think there should be a government guarantee of health care for all. So it would be, I think, a Pyrrhic victory at best. I don't know whose Waterloo it would be if health care goes down. It probably wouldn't be Barack Obama's, but it very well might be the Republicans.
Michael Steele could not talk about the specifics of the president's health care plan today. He dismissed policy as something he does not do. Might that be because the details are not important to the Republicans, that all that matters right now is saying no?
Yeah, I think that was a devastatingly stupid politically remark by Steele. The American people want to know what's in the bill, and to the extent that the American people are uncomfortable with it, as Richard was talking about, it's because they sort of want to know what's in it. They want to believe what's in it. They want policy discussed right now. The president is right to stick to policy. To the extent that the president doesn't, I'm not sure he's on the high ground himself.
President Obama is not just fighting the Republicans, of course, as you know, but also centrist Democrats who have threatened to vote against him. Mr. Obama's campaign arm is now targeting some of those Democrats in a new ad. What do blue dog Democrats, Howard, have to gain by saying no? And is this why 60 Democrats can never quite be seen as equal to 60 Republicans?
Well, sure. It's herding cats with the Democrats. It always has been, David. The problem that Obama has with these blue dogs is that they're in red districts, and people are concerned there. Independents are concerned there. There is conservative influence there. They're concerned about the deficit. They're concerned about taxes. If Obama wants to win those people over, those centrist Democrats, he's going to have to change the bill. And there's clear indications on the Hill today that that's what's happening. Both Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker, and Jim Clyburn, another member of the Democratic leadership, are talking about making changes in hopes of drawing those blue dog Democrats back into the fold. That's going to be the main dynamic, I think, between now and probably the inevitable time that something passes, if not in August, certainly in the fall.
And Howard, what are some of the blue dog Democrats saying in terms of, I mean, they literally could torpedo this if enough of them go with Republicans. Do they have a political sense as far as what that might do to this presidency, and is that something they're willing to move forward with?
No, I don't think they want to do that. I think if it's a showdown in that sense, I think both sides will blink. Obama doesn't want to permanently alienate them, and they don't want to undercut him because he is still very popular, extremely popular in the Democratic base, still pretty popular among independents. They know that Barack Obama is their ticket to the future. They want to bargain hard with him, but I think in the end they want to cut a deal with him. They also like him. These are people who also like Barack Obama. They like the new generation that he stands for. They like his moves generally. They'd rather be comfortable with him than opposed to him, based on the many that I talk to all the time.
Interesting stuff. Howard Fineman of Newsweek and MSNBC. Howard, thanks as always. We appreciate it.
Thank you, David.
You're welcome.